Alright guys, we're going to be doing our installation here on NZXT's H230 case. It should be pretty easy, as NZXT for the most part makes things pretty easy when it comes to installing your system. Now on this case, the standoffs were not pre-installed, so you do have to install them. They went in pretty easily, and they do include, it's very hard to see, this little standoff key, which makes it easier to tighten them up. Now for your motherboard, this does support ATX, micro ATX, and mini ITX motherboards, but we are using a normal size ATX motherboard, so it should go in. We have already put in our IO shield. You don't always, sometimes we forget to do that, so we go ahead and put that in, and it lines up perfectly on our standoffs. So now we're just going to go ahead and use our screws and secure the motherboard. The next part of installation is for our hard drives. We have a normal 3.5-inch mechanical hard drive, and we have a 2.5-inch solid state drive. Now the 3.5-inch drive will be able to be installed completely toolless. So we take it, and you want to make sure the connectors are going out the back of the case. You take one of these trays out, again, very easy, and you sort of line up these pegs. Now, sometimes we have issues with these. It all depends, really, if they go in nice or they don't. Looks like these are going in pretty well. Just want to make sure they are in. This one isn't going in completely. There we go. And our drive is in just like that, and we go ahead and we should be able to slide this back in and lock it into place. Now for a 2.5-inch drive, it is a little bit different. You have to use a screwdriver for this one. So we take out the same tray, and you can see the 4 holes right there. Those are screw holes, and we'll go ahead and put the drive in. So now I've gone ahead, and as you can see, our 4 screws are here securing our 2.5-inch drive. And remember, we do have the connections going out the back side of the case, so we go ahead and we can just line it up and slide it easily back in. I'm actually going to move it up one, just for the fact that I know that it's going to be kind of tight with the SATA connector right there. So we'll move that one up one and put it right back in. Very easy. Now for 5.25-inch drive installation, the first thing that you're going to want to do is you're actually going to want to unlock whatever lock you're using for the drive bay. So whatever drive bay you're using, you go ahead and you press up on the bottom of these, and they will simply slide open just like that. Very easy. Now what you're going to do is remove the bezel cover. They do have these little pushover tabs, so they should be able to, pretty easy enough, as you can see. Just take it out like that. We take our Blu-ray drive, and we can slide it in, and it should go in pretty easily here. So we move it back. Want to make sure we're not hitting anything, which I am right now. There we go. And once it is lined up, and we can see our holes line up in here, we take this lock and we simply just press it down, and now, as you can see, I can't move my drive at all, and it's locked into place. Power supply installation is pretty much self-explanatory. Your power supply is just going to go into the bottom of your case. Not much to really worry about either. So what we're going to do is, as I take this out here, we do have our power supply. It is a little longer than your typical power supply, but it should be easy enough just to put in here and move it back, and it's going to line up perfectly on the back. So we're going to secure it with screws, and of course go ahead and route all of our cables. Now that I have my power supply installed, I've gone ahead and routed all of my cables. You can see that I've tried to keep things pretty clean back here. Now, if you do have larger power supply cables, you are going to need the cable ties to move them back so you can actually put the back side panel of the case on. Now, NZXT does include 4 smaller cable ties. I've used a couple of those, but for my larger cables, I did need to use my own cable ties. NZXT does provide these cable tie downs. They're all over the back of the motherboard, so it should be pretty easy to tie things down. But if you have a lot of cables, you're more than likely going to have to use your own cable ties. You can also see the large CPU cutout right here. You can see that we would have no problem installing an aftermarket CPU cooler without having to take the motherboard completely out of the case. The last thing that we are going to do here for our installation is install our video card. Now remember, this hard drive tray right here can actually be taken out if you have a very large video card. Now, if you just want to take it out for extra room, for water cooling, whatever you want to do, you can go ahead and take that out if you want. You know, for our card right here, we shouldn't have a problem at all. It should go in very easily here. Just line it up and all of that, and we just press it in. And of course, we're gonna secure it with thumb screws, and of course, connect our PCI Express power cables. So this rounds things up here for our installation on the NZXT H230 case. If you have any questions or having trouble with your installation, you can go ahead and leave a comment in the comment section below. And remember guys, if you like our videos, why don't you subscribe? Catch you guys later.